Hello again, and welcome to another Hyperion Morning. Happy Friday, everybody. We told you you'd get there. You did. And look, you even get Michelle on a Friday. Could it be more celebratory than that?
Yes, it could be.
Not at all. Not at all. Everybody would love to see you much more than me. That's for sure. 100%. Maybe one of these days coming up when I'm out on my runs, because eventually this is going to happen where I'm going to have to preempt some of our morning shows as I'm getting into my longer runs to get ready for my half marathon. Still a couple months away from that probably, but eventually that's going to happen. Maybe Michelle will step in and do a solo show. You never know. You may be that lucky. So you're going to want to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel to know exactly when that might happen.
I guess that might happen, but I'm just proud of you for continuing your journey.
We're at the beginning of it. There's a long way to go, but that's coming mostly when it cools down. Mostly when Florida decides it wants to actually be fall and winter and not like, here in late September, it feels like it's late July.
Yeah, I know.
That would be a little bit better for us. Hey, Laquan, good morning. Hi, happy Friday to you. Happy you're here.
So glad you're here.
Yeah, so glad you're here. Thanks for joining us this morning as we just continue this journey of positivity that we're on, trying to share some smiles to kind of get your day started. Not that you need much of that on a Friday, but hey, we'll still do our best because you never know what anybody's going through.
Yeah. I'm just I've been reading your flipping into Friday, and I'm trying to figure out, like, we do backflips into Friday. I mean,
my brain is doing backflips into Friday. Physically, I will never do a backflip. If I try and do a backflip, well, that could be dangerous. I'm probably going to end up in the hospital if I try and do a backflip. Laquan would like to see Michelle do a solo show. Yes. Keep them coming.
Afraid.
Keep them coming.
So sweet, though. I appreciate
One day I'm going to take a day, even if I'm not ready, just put my feet up and let Michelle do one of these things. It'd be so
crash
good.
And burn.
It'd be so good. So what are we talking about on this Friday? It is Friday, September 26th, 2025. Well, this is always important. Every day, it's the morning. So this is great. Today, it happens to be National Better Breakfast Day. And well, it's breakfast time. So perfect time to get in and have an amazing breakfast. It's kind of a celebration of one, to remember how important breakfast is just in general, but also a nice healthy breakfast. And you can judge for yourself what dishes here are actually healthy and what are not. But more importantly, just to remind everybody that breakfast is, like I was already saying, really, really important to start your day.
Yeah, it's important, like you said, because you don't want to miss it. It really does, set a tone and get your brain going and running throughout the morning and everything. So be at your best.
It's so easy to skip over. You get up late, you get moving, you got things going on. You're trying to get the kids out of the house, trying to get yourself out of the house. But, taking that moment to pause, one, is good and healthy for you, but then also to nourish your body to get it set for the day. Always good. As a matter of fact, a lot of people will tell you that it's better to have a big breakfast than a big dinner because of the fact that you can, burn off those calories after the day in the morning. Whereas if you eat a big dinner, then you're just going to bed.
Yeah, and it's just sitting there.
Yeah, exactly. So especially if you eat very, very late. So a good day for a good breakfast. Laquan, I'm going to have good. Me too. I'm going to have my breakfast here. I'm going to shower and then on my breakfast right after I get done with this. Very stuff. Mr. Routine. It's the same thing every single day. I'm going to get into that. Maybe part of your better breakfast, I don't know if it's the healthiest breakfast, but it is part of a better breakfast, is also National Pancake Day. So yes, maybe get your Mickey pancakes on. Maybe you bring Donald into the house to make up some pancakes, although I've seen his pancake batter. Don't know if it's exactly the one you want.
No, it's a little gluey.
Yes. But anyway, if you love pancakes, it's your day. Michelle, do you like pancakes?
I love pancakes.
Yeah?
Yeah, I do. How about you?
I'm okay with pancakes. I'm not a sweet breakfast person per se, but I'm okay with pancakes somewhat. I think I would go with waffles more than pancakes, but I'm good with pancakes.
I know your grandfather was the one that introduced me to putting some peanut butter with pancakes.
So. That's actually how I like pancakes, because you add that savory aspect to it. So peanut butter with pancakes. Very, very good. And of course, I'm just a peanut butter nut in general. So yeah, if I'm going to have pancakes, there's a fair chance, unless I'm having it in the parks, then maybe I'm not. But if I'm at home, it's a fair chance I'm breaking out the peanut butter with them. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. So yeah,
And a fun day to watch that little short of Donald making pancakes.
yeah,
Pretty funny.
absolutely. Why not? Absolutely on
Make
this
you
day.
laugh.
Speaking of little shorts, that's a good segue, Michelle. Today happens to be Johnny Appleseed Day because it is the birthday of the real life. Yes, he's an animated figure here. He's in stories. There is a real life Johnny Appleseed. He actually existed back in the late 18th century. His name was John Chapman. He got nicknamed Johnny Appleseed. He was born in 1774, but he was named Johnny Appleseed because he went across many, many states and even into Canada. Basically, he was a nurseryman and he kind of learned how to graft apple trees, and he went around planting apple seeds, apple trees around the areas of Pennsylvania, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, West Virginia, Ontario, Canada, that kind of whole Midwest, Northeast area. It's known because of all these apple trees that he planted.
Wow. I didn't realize just how vast of an area that he influenced. So that's awesome.
Yeah, just so much that he did, and it really made apples be such a huge part of our American culture for sure. And now we are getting into apple season here into late September into October. Starts to become apple season. You get some of the best apples in the world during this time, and a lot of that is thanks to Johnny Appleseed. Hey there, Caleb. Good morning. Good to see you
so
here.
Glad you're joining us.
That you were here. Yeah, and you can watch that short. There's a few of them that are actually have this short within them. There's like Disney American Legends. Right now, I checked it out to be sure it was there. You could find this short featuring Johnny Appleseed on Disney Plus on a short that's called Melody Time. That includes a group of shorts.
Forgot about
including that one and Pecos Bill and a few others. But yeah, if you'd like to check that out, and Donald Duck for matter, Donald Duck, he's in that as well. If you want to check out the story of Johnny Appleseed, the Disney 5 version of it, you can watch that on Disney Plus today.
Cool. Do you have a favorite apple?
Ooh, man, I love Honeycrisp, I guess, is probably my favorites. But man, I love all sorts of apples. You know me, I eat an apple every single day, virtually every single day. I take an apple with me to work.
Right.
And that's my, like I have breakfast. I eat small meals throughout the day. I have breakfast. And then around 10:30, I usually have an apple to kind of get me through every that 2 to 3 hour period in between my meals.
Nice.
How about you? What's your favorite apple?
I think Macintosh, only because I really grew up on that in the Northeast and the New England area, and it just has some nostalgia, I guess, with me too.
It depends on what you're doing with them too. If you're just eating an apple, you want a different type of apple. If you're like making apple pies, maybe you want like a Granny Smith apple or something along those lines. Just depends on what you want. But yeah, great apples, great day. It's getting to that season.
Yeah.
Look for the best apples you're going to find coming up here in the next several weeks. What else are we talking about on this day? Well, I don't know if Johnny Appleseed did this, but I know I did this, and I still do this to this day. It is National Doodle Day. And boy, if I was in class or I was just taking a training for my work, and believe me, I was doodling during that. Just kind of busy things to kind of keep your mind in when maybe it lapses a little bit. And I'm going to tell you right now, my doodles look nothing that good.
It's like, wow,
that is basically art. That is not my doodles.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do love doodling. Were you a doodler? Are you a doodler, Michelle?
Somewhat. I think I used to do like flowers and and things like that.
Everybody kind of has it. When you doodle, you kind of have this go-to thing that you'll do over and over again. Yeah.
But like you said, not as talented as this image here. But yeah.
Very good. Yeah. I doodle all the time. I'm a doodler for sure. I just need to do something, being busy. Hey, Laquan, Granny Smith apple is your favorite.
Nice.
Okay, very good. Caleb, I love Walt Disney Animation Studios. I used to watch this short on Disney Legends. Yes, that's what I was talking about. VHS.
Nice.
VHS. I love it. VHS is making an appearance on the show today. Yes.
Love it.
That's yeah. I love that short too. Today's the day to check it out. Again, the Disney Legends ones I don't think is on Disney Plus. I took a look, didn't find that, but you can find that short on Melody Time. So definitely check it out. What else might you be doodling today on this National Doodling Day? Well, how about these cute little creatures? It is National Alpaca Day. And man, alpacas are adorable. Plus, they have this amazing soft fur, and they're very, very gentle creatures. They're just very sweet and timid, but just lovable. And you can find a lot of them in petting zoos.
Yeah.
You may look around today, since it is National Alpaca Day. There are some different farms that will let you in, and you can check them out.
Yeah.
And see the alpacas themselves. And it's just mostly a day to kind of remind yourself of. It's good to conserve both the habitat and these wonderful, wonderful creatures, the alpacas, because some of their land has been infringed on, and so they as many animals have we need to keep an eye on them and make sure and watch them. Yeah, and good word for it, protect them for sure. On this National Alpaca Day, do you like alpacas, Michelle?
Yeah, they're adorable.
They're
like
adorable.
You said, they're sweet.
They're cute. They're so timid. They're so timid and sweet, but yes. Really, really wonderful. If you can find one in a petting zoo. I don't know if they have them at the petting zoo at Disney's Animal Kingdom.
I'm not familiar with if they do or not, but I can't say they don't.
Right. We haven't been there in a while. So yeah. Anyway, find the local alpaca place in your neighborhood and check them out on this day if you get the opportunity. What else? Well, how about a little more food? We already talked about breakfast. Well, how about lunch or dinner? It is National Dumpling Day, and I do love dumplings, all sorts of dumplings. You go through all the dumplings. It can be Asian dumplings like you're seeing here. It can be chicken and dumplings. It could be corn fritters. They're all dumplings.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Love them for sure. Hush puppies. Michelle loves her hush puppies. Hush puppies are a dumpling. Yeah. And you can always go to Hong Kong Disney and get this adorable. Beautiful dim sum that includes all these amazing dumplings. Look at that. Those
so
are
adorable.
Yeah, absolutely. On this National Dumpling Day.
So fun.
Yeah. Something a little more hearty, and I don't think necessarily part of a good breakfast, and definitely not a healthy breakfast, but it is National Chimichanga Day.
Yeah.
Which, chimichangas, I don't know if you know what they are, but you take a burrito, already pretty darn good, and then you deep fry it. Even better. Not something you want to eat all the time, but man, when you get one, it's pretty darn good.
It's really good. Yes.
So get out to your local Mexican restaurant and maybe order a chimichanga on this Chimichanga Day. And then you can finish it all off with a nice slice of key lime pie because it is National Key Lime Pie Day. Michelle, do you like key lime pie?
I do. It's very, very rich. So it's not something I eat all the time. For a while in Florida, I had a key lime tree.
Did you really?
Yeah. It got destroyed in a hurricane, but
as things do.
Yeah, but it was cool having them, and making some key lime pie from time to time.
Yeah,
how about you?
It's not my favorite pie, but if someone's going to offer me a nice piece of key lime pie, I'm definitely not turning it down. And yeah, it's nice and sweet, tart, creamy. Yes, it's a bit rich, but it is delicious. If you're down here in Florida or anywhere where there's a Publix, some of the best key lime pie you're going to find is actually at a Publix grocery store. If you go in there, definitely pick up a key lime pie if you like key lime pie because it's very good.
Yeah, they do have a good one there for sure.
But there's lots of great recipes online if you want to try and make one for yourself. If you can find key limes, that's the key in your store. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't.
Right.
But yeah, I'm on board. If anyone wants to offer me a piece of key lime pie, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good. Maybe you can celebrate your birthday today with a little key lime pie because along with Johnny Appleseed's birthday today, it is these amazing women's birthday. And if it's your birthday on the September 26th, a very happy birthday to you. These amazing women, a couple of them probably could possibly have been your crush, maybe all three of them at some point during your life. We'll start with definitely a lot of people's crush growing up in the 70s, Olivia Newton-John. She would have been 77 today, born this day in 1948. Unfortunately, we lost her just a few years ago in 2022. But man, what a career for Olivia Newton-John, both singer and actor as well. She sold over 100 million albums, one of the best-selling, definitely Australian singers of all time, but just singers in general of all time. She had 4 Grammys. She won an Emmy. She had 15 singles in the top 10, 5 that hit number 1. Of course,
she's very
so many great songs, and she's Sandy in Grease,
Yeah.
and it was amazing in that.
Yeah, totally. Very, iconic. Uh, when you think of Grease, you have to think of her.
Oh yeah,
Her
completely,
transformation.
completely. She was phenomenal in Grease.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah,
all I
she
need
was
to say.
solid.
She was so good, so good. Speaking of so good, how about Linda Hamilton? I don't know if you remember her, but she turned 69 today, born on this day, 1956. She was and probably still is Sarah Connor from the Terminator films,
Mhm.
the one who basically helped make sure that the world still exists after robots and AI took over.
I know.
Sarah Connor. She's been in many things. She'll always be known as Sarah Connor, but she's been in many television shows and movies. She was in the Beauty and the Beast television show that kind of aired back. It wasn't a Disney Beauty and the Beast show, but it aired on television in the late 80s. She was nominated for a Golden Globe. She was nominated for an Emmy for that role. But she's had a fantastic career. Definitely amazing actress.
Right.
And finally, last but definitely not least, one of the greatest tennis players. Some people will tell you the greatest tennis player of all time. Serena Williams turns 44 today, born on this day in 1981. She was number one in the world as a singles women's tennis player for 319 weeks.
Wow.
She's won 73 singles titles. She's won 23 singles majors. And she is the only person to have a career Grand Slam, both as a singles player and as a doubles player, of course, with her sister Venus. Yes. Fantastic. And then, she's gone on to do so many things as a spokesman. Just an amazing tennis player and personality for sure.
For sure. Yeah. I completely agree. And just, how talk about positivity and shining the light on, how to make humanity better. She is such, like you said, a great spokesperson.
Very, very great. All of them great. So happy birthday to all of them. And again, if it's your birthday, it's a Friday. Celebrate the heck out of it. Celebrate all weekend. Happy birthday to you. Bit of shameless self-promotion. You know who we are. We got to do this when we get out of here. We do have a new episode dropping on Sunday. We are going to be focusing on the spooky season since we are transitioning into October next week. We're focusing on the spooky season. We are right in the middle of spooky season if you're at the Disney parks. But we're going to be talking about doing it maybe without saving a little bit of the pocketbook fright, Michelle.
Yes, as we've said before, sometimes you either can't get a ticket because the nights that you're available are going to be out here, it's sold out, or you don't really want to spend the money on that. How can you still have that Halloween fun, that seasonal fun at the parks in the areas of Disney without having those tickets available?
Right. So mostly beyond the party. Yes, we're going to talk about, ways you're going to have the fun and maybe spend a little bit less on it, but mostly, hey, I didn't get to go to the Halloween party. Maybe it wasn't the right night for you. Maybe it was sold out. Maybe you just didn't, as Michelle mentioned, feel like spending that money for those tickets. We'll find ways that you can still get into the spooky season and maybe save a little bit of that money despite not making it to the Oogie Boogie Bash or the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, etc.
Right. And we're inviting our listeners from today, whether you're listening now live or later on in the day, share with us what your favorite Halloween things or seasonal things, fall things over at the parks. And, we'll be sure to give a mention and shout out on the show.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah. Hit us up on social media. Hit us up on the Gmail account, Hyperion Adventures Podcast at gmail.com, and we will share them on the show. Just get them to us before like 10 a.m. Eastern time on Sunday. So we can throw them before we air. Of course, even if they come in late, we can do them on another episode too, but preferably before that time. So it can be part of this episode. All right. Gonna get out of here. Everybody have an amazing day. It's Friday. Enjoy the heck out of it. Get through the day and you're on to the weekend. You got this. You got this. And as we like to say every single day, please, please, please keep on sharing that kindness. Keep on sharing those smiles. And of course, keep on sharing that positivity. We will be back with you tomorrow morning. It's the weekend, so 8 a.m.-ish to do all those things with you once again. Until that time, everybody, have a magical day. See you tomorrow. Bye.